Am I the asshole? For not leaving the gym after a woman was intimidated by me. I work a job in a remote location. I stay at a camp with around 600 people. There is an attached gym that is a 5 minutes walk from my room. It is a decent sized gym with basketball court and 2 weight rooms and a track upstairs. I had the day off, so I went to the gym to kill time. When I went to the gym, there was one other person that I saw. We were both in the weight room. After I finished my second set of my first exercise, she came over and told me that she felt uncomfortable being alone in the gym with a guy and asked if I would leave. I told her I would go to another part of the gym but thought it was unreasonable to ask me to leave. She gave me an annoyed look and left the gym. I had already started and didn't want to stop and come back later. On the other hand, it's only a 5 minutes walk to my room, so it would have only been a minor inconvenience for me to leave and come back later since she was there first. Not the asshole. Someone doesn't get to ask you to leave somewhere you have a right to be, when you are minding your own business, because they feel uncomfortable. Your willingness to go to a different section of the gym is incredibly kind of you, and was a very reasonable compromise. The fact that she was mad at even that compromise is ridiculous. So, maybe I'm not an expert in intimidation, but when I'm intimidated by, or afraid of, someone, I don't walk up to them when we're alone and tell them to leave a public space because I said so. That's the behavior of a person displaying confidence and self-assurance. You know, the literal opposite of intimidation. Not the asshole. And for the record, people's insecurities and fears are their own responsibility to manage. She doesn't have more of a right to a public space than you do. Not the asshole. That's pretty ballsy to tell someone else to leave the gym when they're the one that's uncomfortable. You weren't hitting on her or staring at her. She should have just left and not made an ass of herself. Not the asshole. You were using the gym as intended. Her being uncomfortable is not your responsibility. Not the asshole. She came over and told me that she felt uncomfortable being alone in the gym with a guy. I don't care. Why would you? You should have just been like, okay, cool. I'll be done in about an hour if you want to come back then. Not the asshole. She wasn't intimidated, she just wanted to be alone. I can assure you as a woman that when I feel intimidated or unsafe, I do not approach the person making me feel that way. So she was intimidated and uncomfortable with you, so she comes over to the big scary man and tries to intimidate you into leaving? I would have told her she clearly is not that uncomfortable if she has the gall to come over to you, interrupt you and tell you to leave. Not the asshole. The sheer entitlement of some people. Woman here, she was being ridiculous. Maybe she did feel intimidated and uncomfortable, but since that wasn't caused by any bad behavior on your part, you're not to blame for that. I'm also always puzzled by those women who, when scared of a man, confront him. Like, if you were really a danger, wouldn't confronting you be the stupidest thing to do? Anyway, not the asshole. Not the asshole. You were not doing anything to intimidate her, and if she was uncomfortable being alone with a man, then surely she should leave. The entitlement is astounding. I have to go with not the asshole. You did nothing wrong. She can either come back later or start bringing a friend to the gym. It isn't reasonable to ask you to leave because she isn't comfortable, unless you are doing something out of line. Not the asshole. If she was uncomfortable, wouldn't it make more sense for her to leave? Not the asshole. If she's uncomfortable, she can leave or ask a friend to come with her. Not the asshole. You're allowed to exist as a man, JFC. Not the asshole. She needs to go to therapy or do whatever she needs to do to get over her fear. It's not your problem. You are not a threat, just BC you're a man. That's unhinged. Not the asshole. She is honestly so stupid. If she is afraid, she would leave and make sure that you are not following her, or she would start a video call or something with a friend. If she was scared of being assaulted, the last thing she should do is tell the person she believes will assault her, "I want you to leave because I think you're going to assault me since we are alone and it would be so easy for you to do it. So instead of assaulting me now that I am super close to you, could you leave?" Not the asshole. I'm not even sure I believe her reasoning anyway. If she was genuinely scared, what on earth was she doing confronting you? If I'm scared and alone with a guy, I get out of that situation. I don't go and make demands. Not the asshole. Generally, I think men need to be aware of their actions as they relate to scaring women, but this is not that. Had you hit on, started a conversation with, or otherwise gotten in her space, then this might be on you. But it's unrealistic for her to think she deserves the entire gym to herself while you're minding your own business. I wonder what she does on elevators? Not the asshole. You weren't saying anything inappropriate to her or watching her, you were minding your own business. Not the asshole. It's her problem. Not the asshole. She had no reason to feel uncomfortable except for the fact that you are male. That's on her, and she can leave and come back another time if she's uncomfortable. Not the asshole. If you can, make an official complaint about her blatant sexism. Guess you should come back another time. Not the asshole. Some people can be so entitled. Lol, no, I'd tell her to straight up fuck off, we're both paying for it. It's not my problem that she's a professional victim in life. She has every right to be uncomfortable and no right to have anyone else solve that problem for her. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Her comfort level is not your concern. I'm assuming you're not giving her glances, staring at her, or trying to chat her up. Form your description of events. You are just working out as is she. If she's not comfortable, then next time she should bring a friend. This is what the reply "sucks for you" is for. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. She's dumb as fuck. Not the asshole. If she was that intimidated by you, then she would have been too nervous to come speak to you. She needs to manage her own insecurities. You have just as much right to that public space as she does. She was the one with the problem, so she could leave and come back at a later time. It is not up to you to accommodate her problems. Not the asshole. She needs an infusion of grow-up formula. Just wow. Not the asshole. She was out of line for asking you to leave. If she was uncomfortable, she should have left. It amazes me how entitled people are. Not the asshole on any level, and she's clearly not intimidated by you, because why would she approach you if she was? Her actions and words are very contradictory. If she felt uncomfortable, then she can leave. She doesn't own the gym and you have the same rights to it. If you weren't talking to her or showing her any type of attention, then it's her problem. Man shrugging. Get your lift on. Not the asshole. Reminds me of First Amendment audit videos where people who don't want to be filmed in public go right up to the camera. Then they say they feel uncomfortable, harassed, or threatened even though they won't walk away. Then they make an ass of themselves and sometimes get pepper sprayed. You're perfectly fine up. I hope this is a cultural thing, because if it's not, she's whack. Not the asshole. You don't walk up to someone and confront a man if you are intimidated by them. You did nothing wrong. If she uncomfortable, why she walking up to you? Why can't she leave? I swear people don't have common sense nowadays. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You were using the gym and minding your own business. Not the asshole. That's ridiculous. You have just as much right to be there as she does. Tell her that next time. Not the asshole. The woman was overly entitled. The only way you'd be in the wrong is if you were actively trying to intimidate her or attending a female-only gym session. She cannot have been that intimidated by you, as she felt safe enough to approach you. If I was personally intimidated, it would have left, not asked the person I felt intimidated by to leave. The gym is open to those with a membership. She's uncomfortable, big deal. If she was truly uncomfortable, then she should have brought a gym partner. She shouldn't expect the world to bend to her in necessary wants.